bring it on. I think we're live right now, so
Flip that one.
welcome to another edition of
way.
Live with Mike and Jim. You never know what you're going to get next. You wouldn't have predicted this one today, though, that's for sure. We believe that small business is the backbone of the entire Kankakee County area. And that's what we're all about here, and that's what we're doing every single week is bringing a new small business to you. Something different, though. We don't always want to do a restaurant or something you expect. Something you wouldn't expect to see today is a baby boutique, Lullaby Baby Boutique, owned by Lauren Murray. I've known Lauren for a few years now. And I didn't know she owned it till this last year, but I've driven by. So I got a little 8-year-old daughter, so I've always driven by this place and seen Lullaby Baby Boutique, and it looks familiar. It's a catchy name. My mom's been in here, the ex-wife's been in here, and now I'm in here. We're going to get some words with Lauren Murray today. Bring it on over, Jim.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a place that me and my lovely wife, who's on my camera right now, don't frequent too much because we don't have kids. But you know, now thinking about it, after seeing all the stuff that's in here, this is my first time actually in this business.
Yeah.
So I've seen it. You know, it's got great visibility on the street.
It does.
When we bring Lauren on, she'll give you the address, the times that they're open, how do you get in touch, what you can do to help support this business. Because trust me, you'll want to. If you have kids, they've been babies before. If they're not babies, you'll have more babies in the family. This is the place you want to go.
Yeah, we were all babies at one point or another. And here at Lullaby Baby Boutique, you're going to find some things that you just won't be able to find anywhere else. They got some neat products here. So we're going to give you a tour at the end of this. We'll get some words with Lauren, some words of wisdom with her, give you a tour of the building. But without further ado, let's welcome to the show for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Murray.
Hi.
Hey, Lauren. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thanks for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Right. Yeah, Lauren's been in business 7 years now, since 2010. So it's one thing to get to 1 year. That's like the first hurdle. Then 3 years and 5 years are two other hurdles. But 7 years is like the big hurdle to overcome. If you can be in business 7 years, you're on to something. You're doing something right, and you're good at what you do. She's been here since 2010. So let's get some words from Lauren. First, let's talk about how the seed got planted. How did the idea of Lullaby Baby Boutique come about?
Well, my mom and I, my business partner is my mom, we just kind of tossed around the idea of it. At the time I had she was 2 or 3 year old niece. We're resale shoppers ourselves. We're thrifty people. We like to bargain hunt and things like that, and we just thought it would be a really cool idea just to keep it focused on kids and babies. They're always outgrowing things. You know, some things still have tags on them. You never get to use them. And it's a great way to just kind of like recycle and rebuy, so we thought, let's give it a shot and see if this is a good market here.
Sure, yeah, you can certainly do some bargain shopping here. That's for sure, so take it away, Jim.
Yeah, so the people that are just coming on to our live stream, you guys see here Lauren Murray, the owner of Lullaby Baby here, located in Bradley. Another Live with Mike and Jim. We appreciate you guys joining us.
Thank you.
What helps us out the most is if you guys can share the stream out. Here's who you want to share the stream out. Right now, you want to share it out with people that have nieces, nephews, babies in the family, soon-to-be babies in the family, because what you're going to see here in this tour at the end is a bunch of great merchandise at a great price.
That you just can't find anywhere else.
Nowhere else here in town. This is actually a very unique specialty retail box here located just in Bradley. Let's talk about how do people find you? You know, are you online, Facebook, address, hours?
Yeah, we're definitely on Facebook. Quick Google search will bring us right up because a lot of people may not know that we're here, but if you're looking for baby or kid products, quick Google search will bring us up. But we're on Facebook and phone book, of course, but we do most of our advertising and stuff on our Facebook page.
Yeah. And a lot of people, when they're going into business for themselves, they don't quit their day jobs right away. They kind of put their foot in, get the foot wet, and they kind of do a side business part-time, and as it blossoms, as it grows, then they quit their day job. But not Lauren. Lauren was working at Coca-Cola, and she decided to dive right in. She left her job at Coca-Cola, and she just dove in head first to open this business up. So let's talk about that experience and how scary that was for you.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, all we had was the idea. We didn't have a building. We didn't have really a name. We didn't have a business name. We didn't have anything. We just had the idea. So, yeah, we kind of just went for it. And, you know, we had heard that small businesses have a 50-50 chance of making it, and 50% of small businesses fail in their first year. So we knew that statistic coming in, but we just figured, you know, if we don't do it, we'll always wish we would have, and just go for it. And if we fail, I was young enough where I could, you know, dust myself off and find a different path, but yeah, it was kind of like now or never. Let's just do it.
Yeah, well, everything you see, every business that's in business, it all started with an idea. But you got to take action on that idea, and that's exactly what Lauren did.
So for just about 8 years now we're coming in for you to be open in business?
Yeah.
You know, how does I guess tell us the story of what's happened over the last 7 years. Because when you guys see the store here, too, half of the store that you're about to see wasn't here at first,
Yes,
right?
correct.
She
Yeah,
expanded.
So what's the timeline of that 7 years look like for you?
Well, we first opened, we were just on this half of the store. Our girls that have been with us from the beginning probably remember it was just like a long, narrow shop, and we started small, and we kind of always thought like it would be really cool if we could get that space next door. Our landlord was just using it as her personal office, and it was kind of just filled with stuff. So we kind of had that idea in the back of our heads, but you know, we could have been closing our doors 3 months later. We didn't know. So after we filled this section really fast, we kind of realized we gotta get some more space. Where you know, we started getting people in here, and we realized that it was, you know, we were moving, and a couple years down the road, we finally talked her into letting us put a big hole in her wall, and she let us expand next door and grow a little bit here.
Yeah, and you're going to see that, and we'll get to that in a little bit to see how much she expanded here. But let's talk about the daily bump and grind and the process that you do. Like when you were first starting off, this is a consignment shop. So when you're first starting off, how did you go about getting the word out to get people to want to come in to bring the items?
Yeah, well, we first, you know, we hit up your friends and family, anybody with kids and babies and things. We're like, hey, you got any stuff you want to get rid of? We can do it for you. And people, of course, are like, yeah, I have 57 totes in my basement. You can have it all. So they were, our first consigners were family members and close friends. And yeah, and then we would just get word of mouth, which was really great. You know, tell a friend, and you know, moms, it's like you're always looking to clean out your stuff and bring stuff in. Kids are outgrowing it overnight, it seems like. So we got the consigners and the inventory pretty quickly, so that was not a problem. But yeah, starting off, it was a little nerve-wracking.
Well, it's important to have a niche, something that sets you apart from everybody else. And the niche here is babies up to 7 years old, toddlers. What made you decide to have the baby and toddler niche as opposed to just one big consignment shop?
Yeah, we did have to kind of narrow it down. When we first opened, we went up to like a 16 in kids.
Yeah.
And we just realized we were overpacking our store here. Like, we had to go with what's selling, what we're getting the best inventory in, and we kind of had to narrow it down because we were just getting overwhelmed with stuff. And so we had to kind of drop it down to what was working for us and, you know, experiment a little bit, see, you know, look through the book, see what's selling, what's going. And so we decided to cap it off at size 8 and just stick to what was working for us.
She jumped in and she made corrections on the go.
That's right. So here's what we've discovered so far. If you're just joining on the live stream, throw up some likes and some hearts. We're here with Lauren Murray, the owner of Lullaby Baby Boutique. And so far we've uncovered why this place has been successful over 7 years now, getting on to the 8th year. And what I find really interesting too for you guys that are watching, obviously, you know, we want to bring customers into here. And why, you know, why Mike and I do this is we want to expose to the community businesses that you may not have otherwise came in to understand what they do. And what we've discovered is in the last 7 years, they've really refined their business down to become in like a niche type of consignment shop, really just to cater to babies. And what that's done is when you guys see this tour, you're going to see, I mean, some of the best type of merchandise because they focus on a very small demographic and sizes of clothes and merchandise in here. So for me, I'm really impressed at it.
Yeah, me too.
How do people support you in your business? How do they come in? Can they sell their clothes? Can they just come in by? Walk the audience
yeah, they
through
could
that.
just come in and, as a customer and just shop. We have tons of consigners that, you know, when you bring your stuff in, we sell it for you, and then you get, you know, a 50% split of whatever it sells for. So that we kind of keep like little bank accounts here for our girls, and they either can come in and shop and just buy the next size and kind of recycle their money, or a lot of people, we've had girls fund their like Disney vacations. They kind of just like leave it in here all year, and then or use it for Christmas shopping, or you know, take your cash and go, or shop. So you could be a customer, consigner, or both, and do it however you want to. It's your money.
Do you see a lot of people when they're getting their credit from you guys that they're spending that credit more with you?
Yeah, They always say, you know, I was just gonna come in here and take my money, and here I am buying all this stuff because it's hard to say no to the baby stuff.
Well, 50% seems like a really good cut for a consignment shop.
Yeah, they get, and then if they bring us like their expensive equipment and stuff, they get 60%. So they do better on their pricey items, which is, you know, a good bargain for them. You know, they're bringing us their expensive stuff. We appreciate to have that kind of big stuff in here. So they get a better split on that kind of stuff.
Well, kids are outgrowing stuff, and I mean, kids develop so fast.
So fast.
This stuff, even if it does get worn, it's worn a couple times, and then I mean, you're in here. So
so it's all in good condition here, and you're going to get a look at that here in a little bit. Small business is the backbone of Kankakee County, so make sure you guys shop local. Let's talk about your business partner, Mom. So was this an idea that you brought up to her? Like, you're like, Mom, I got a good idea, and you guys haven't talked about it? Or how did that come? How did you get your mom into this?
Yeah, my mom at the time was not working either. She was she was part-time as well, so she kind of had the flexibility in her schedule too. And I'm thinking, like, okay, if there's anybody that I would do this with, it'd be my mom. And you know, she's resale shop for years as well. Like, we're both kind of in the same, you know, wavelength with that. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about this. Let's sit down and see if this is something we're seriously going to do, or if we're just going to talk about it. So, and she was in for it. Yeah, she agreed. It was a good. We both kind of had the same idea. Good timing. And the idea was there. So.
Okay, what about finding the location here? Was this a location you settled on right away, or did you shop around at multiple locations before you settled on this one?
I mean, we would always look around, and we were really cautious about the price point because, of course, you hate to get in too deep with something. And location, we really wanted something that was accessible and not like kind of hidden and tucked away way out of town. We wanted something local here, and we just saw this empty building one day and gave it a call, and it was like the perfect fit for us. It was small, but we were willing to just work with what we had at the time. And, fit the budget, fit the bill. So, and we love our location here.
Yeah, you said it's a great location.
Yeah.
And and they expanded as well, so we're going to show you that. So you start small, and then you just keep on growing. I like that philosophy too. You don't want to go in too much, because if something happens, then you're in too deep.
Yeah.
And that might not be a good thing. But if you start small, you can always keep growing, kind of like you did. You started small, you expanded. We're going to take a look at that here in a little bit.
So the last question that I got for you, too, before we get some of the words of wisdom and we tour this awesome place, because you guys are going to want to see some of this merchandise. If you're watching right now and you're live, this community of people that go to, like, resale shopping, they're looking for bargain hunters, let us know if you're that type of person. Put in the comments, you're a bargain hunter. We'd love to know those types of people. And then what's the day in the life of Lauren Murray? You know, what time are you waking up? You know, you got a lot of merchandise here to manage. You know, what are you putting in your cereal bowl? What's the day-to-day look like?
That's a loaded question. Like today, baby was up at 4 a.m., so that's some days that's when the day starts. But
got a 1-year-old yourself, right? Is that what it is?
I bring him over to daycare, and then we come here and just start our daily stuff. Get to work. Like, as we've been doing this, girls coming in dropping off stuff, so we kind of stay busy with that. Try to get it up on the sales floor as fast as we can to get tags on it and get it ready to go, and just work with our girls, our customers, and it's kind of interesting. We get to see something different every day, and it's not the same old.
It's not. We're going to show you some of those different things here in a little bit. First, let's get some words of wisdom. Let's say somebody's watching, they have an idea or a service they can provide to the community, and they haven't pulled the trigger, they haven't started their own business yet, but they would like to. What kind of words of wisdom do you have for people that are watching as far as if they're looking to start their own business?
Yeah, I mean, it can definitely be scary. So I would just say, if you're looking and you've had this idea and you're really, you think it would be great, I would say do as much research as you can and get into the field that you want to work in. If you've never been a waitress or a cook or anything, but you want to open a restaurant, I would say work part-time. That's the best way to learn. I mean, I worked retail all high school, early 20s, and then I did customer service, so it kind of gives you things. You may see things that you would never do. It give you some background info. That's the best way to learn, is to just be hands-on.
Definitely. Don't open a restaurant without waiting tables and cooking first.
Right.
That's good advice, right?
Yeah, that is good advice.
I like that.
Tour?
Yeah, I think we're ready for the tour. Is there anything, I mean, right now we're going to get on the tour and show everybody around this place. Is there anything else you want these viewers to know specifically? This is where you could give
I would
shameless
say if
plugs
you're
out.
not following us on Facebook, make sure you do that, because that's where we post our sales, our specials. A lot of our regulars know our big annual fill-a-bag sale. And that's where we set up tons of stuff outside. They come and fill a bag for $5, and you can fill as many as you want.
Sweet.
Oh,
Our biggest sale of the year, and we usually do it like June, first week of June. We depend on the weather, but people are always asking, when are you doing the sale? So follow us on Facebook. That's the only way. We do, in-store flyers and stuff, but that's the best way to access all of our fun info there.
Lullaby Baby Boutique on Facebook. Check them out. Let's get a tour. You want to give us some comments, Lauren, real quick? You can kind of take us around and give us some commentary here. Where do you want to start at?
Sure. Well, we can start here. We kind of split the store in 2 sections. This is our girl side for the most part. We have all kinds of like cleaning accessories, bottles, wipe warmers, books, sale rack, and then but anyone who wants like homemade baby food, we have all kinds of stuff like that. Spare bottles. This breastfeeding supplies, you know, unused, things like that. These are like car seat covers.
Car seat covers.
Yeah,
You got everything in here then,
Yeah,
huh?
the little carriers that, you know, the baby wearers, they like the carriers, diaper bags, infant toys pretty much everywhere. There's no rhyme or reason to the toys. They're everywhere.
Look at all them shoes.
Wherever you can fit the toys at.
Yeah.
Fill in the boxes.
Yeah,
Rarely
especially.
Sure, a lot of kids get toys and rarely play with them, so everything here is in great condition.
Yeah.
Do you have a standard here? Like, you can't be too used.
Right.
In here, can you?
Well,
Or
especially with the toys, we want to make sure they have like their parts and their pieces, no broken things on them, or you know, it's no fun if they don't have any of their pieces.
no,
so,
it's not fun if you don't have
yeah.
any of the pieces.
Yeah. So you have toys, car seats.
Yeah, if you guys are expecting here, these are some
That's a very
great
important-
literature books you guys want to invest in here.
So if you're pregnant, you got maternity stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got a baby on the way, or if you have a baby or a small toddler, you can't go wrong here at Lullaby Baby Boutique. And we got the expansion. Let's go. So this was, you just had this side right
Yeah,
here.
this was it.
This was it right here.
Everything was all on this
And then
section.
they expanded in 2013, right? After
Yeah.
being in business for a few years.
Yep.
There's a lot of merchandise here.
The opportunity to take it, and you're like, okay, we'll expand. And you certainly have enough
Leotards.
leotards.
And then you see a lot of our bigger equipment, like the bouncers and the swings.
Oh, a bunch of cute bows.
A lot of it. You can save money here, and everything here is still in great condition. And you can find things here you just can't find at Walmart. Plus, you can shop local all at the same time.
Leotards, tutus.
Leotards and tutus.
Closer.
Maggie's very in tune with some of this stuff.
Never been here before.
You know what I find really cool about this is, like, the great thing about shops like this is not only are you supporting families like your family, your mother's family, is the people that are selling their merchandise here.
Yeah.
You're supporting the other families in the community directly with just the sales of it. So for you guys that are watching, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I got 12 live viewers on here. Do me a favor, share this bad boy with...
Bad boy.
it's free on your timeline, because there's other people, there's friends and families that you guys have that could definitely use some extra cash, and they have this stuff laying around in their houses right now, wondering what to do with it. And, you know, without having a place like this, they wouldn't be able to get top dollar, 50% commission just on, like, clothes.
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Make a little extra
And-
something.
Yeah, we'll do all the work for you. You just got
All the work for you. Amber
Yeah.
Spontac asks, what sizes do you go up for children?
Size 8.
Size 8 for kids.
Yeah, and just look at all this merchandise as you guys are seeing on here.
So it didn't take you long to fill this side up, huh?
Right, yeah. We're always trying to change and shift things around and make room for all the good stuff coming in, and our spring is starting.
Well, isn't that just adorable?
Fuller.
Okay. Well, do you have any plans for the future? Like, do you plan on expanding more, or what do you think
Oh, we
for
would
the
love
future
to.
now?
We would love to.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're always looking.
Dave
for
Sadler.
ways to
Oh, sorry.
get bigger. So as long as
Oh,
our
this is adorable.
people keep coming in and supporting us, we will definitely always keep our options open
Good stuff.
to
Come in
grow.
and support
Look at that.
Lullaby Baby Boutique. Yeah.
Little
Black Hawk.
Dave Sadler says you need some bows, Mike Neumann. You need some bows. And then Jamie says, with how much we go through clothes, I love bringing my stuff there and buying stuff for the kids.
Oh,
Very budget friendly. Saves me a lot with not having to go to garage sales.
It is
So that's
budget
Jamie Kirby.
Oh yeah, we know Jamie.
Yeah, and look
Yeah,
at all
thank
of
you.
this stuff here. I mean,
You could keep people in yours.
I always hear about people going through so many shoes. I bought these shoes, my kid outgrew them already, and start whining. The shoes are too tight.
Kids grow up fast. So
This
all
is
this
a great
stuff
way,
is
because I
great
mean, their
shape.
shoes don't get that dirty anyway.
No, they don't. But yeah, that's a
Man.
Here's the mom, the business partner. How's it been for you the last 7 years?
Oh, it's good.
Fun stuff, huh?
It's good. We haven't killed each other. We're doing good.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
well together. We're
Yeah.
on the same
You guys
page.
In business with your own baby.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the address here, Lauren? Somebody's asking
We
for
are
the
at
address.
208 North Kinsey in Bradley, so the Old Adventure Church, we're right across the street from there.
Yeah, and I'll take you guys outside right now. That's Dave's and Andy asking. Dave's and Andy's watching, so I'll take you guys outside. Here's what it looks like from the outside. They're on the corner. Here, right across from CompuSave, Pampered Look, Rogers Tattoo, Copy Take down the road.
just a little bit of the outside, right across from the old Adventure Church. Got great visibility from the road. This place is really nice when it comes to accessibility. Easy to find, right off the street.
Oh gosh, we probably had a long list of them. We wanted something that you could, when you hear the name, you kind of know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went through some kind of weird ones, and then it kind of had a ring to it. We were like, we got to answer the phone every day. What do we want to say? What do we want to say out loud to other people? You didn't want it to be too cutesy, so
yeah, right.
We finally agreed on one. We just went with it.
Well, it's catchy and it makes sense, and every time I drive by, it gets my attention every single time. So that's the end of that saga. We'll turn this around. Thanks for watching another edition of Live with Mike and Jim. You never know what we're going to have at you next, so stop by this time next week for another interesting interview. Thanks for watching. Good stuff, my brother. Good